So hey, what's going on guys, James here bringing you another YouTube video, and this one is a very interesting video because it's something I don't normally do, but I'm recording this on December 29th, and I decided that I'm just going to go through and just look at all of the, or I'm just going to go back through and look at kind of just reviewing this channel as a whole in my whole 2018. So there's that. But I'm not going to waste any time. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So of course, once we started 2018, we were still under the Merkerson 13 name. And in the mix of everything at that time, we had the rare wrestling video and the no commentary Uncharted 4 Let's Play. So it's interesting because I've actually got my video manager up on YouTube here, and around this time, of course, you had the Uncharted 4 no commentary Let's Play, but I uploaded the first looking back at my universe pay-per-views video, and that was on December 28th, so just over a year ago. And then we didn't get another video until January 14th of the next year, and that was finally uploading the whole Chapter 13 chapter in Uncharted 4. So I don't know why I wasn't very active, but that was a thing. And of course, the next point I have here is I made the attempt to bring back the original WWE Universe mode, and we got 4 videos out of it. I remember I had a really, I want to say unique idea for doing a special kind of like dark match, having special dark match videos, I guess is the best way to say it, where I would have WWE before dusk. So before each episode, there'd be a small episode that should be considered dark matches, and I originally wasn't going to have commentary with them either, because typically you don't have dark commentary during dark matches. But I just, I didn't get a lot out of bringing back the original universe mode. And I do kind of like the whole dark match concept, but for a YouTube series that just doesn't work, because it's already hard enough to sell a no commentary anything in the gaming community on YouTube. But you take that, and wrestling just in general is not the same without commentary. In fact, wrestling is just straight up worse without commentary. But that's a thing, so I'm kind of glad we didn't get a lot out of that. Not much more to say though I can say that the next point I have is I planned out the WrestleMania 29 match card for the canceled WWE 2K15 Universe prequel series. Now, I want to say canceled with like air quotes, because there's no guarantee that it'll actually be a canceled series. Because part of me does kind of want to go back to 2K15 and do that series, even if it's not actually going to be a prequel series anymore. I don't know. I'm probably never going to do it, though, so I guess canceled is the right word. Because, I mean, right now, Tyson and myself are just having a lot of fun doing co-op universe in 2K19, so why would I maybe potentially talk him into, like, jumping back to 2K15? Especially when, at that point, we more than likely wouldn't get a lot of traffic with the videos. And now, of course, we don't do this just specifically for views or anything. I started this channel again well over 4 years ago, and I'm still not monetizing. Granted, I can. But even when I had the opportunity, I wasn't. I love doing this. I love making the videos, and at some point, I would like to potentially, or at some point I definitely would like to look into doing this as a career, but for right now, I just love doing what I'm doing, and that's the way it's gonna stay. But anyway, yeah, I guess cancel probably is the right word there. We did end up finishing the Uncharted 4 no commentary Let's Play, and of course before that, nearing the end of the year actually, I did finish the original Crash Bandicoot Let's Play as well. So there was that. But I will definitely say that another huge point here is my editing did improve drastically, in my opinion at least. And then that was never more evident than in the special bonus original universe video, where I just remade the World Heavyweight Championship tournament promo that was supposed to hype up the tournament finals going into the SummerSlam pay-per-view. I just remade that using 2K18, and it's definitely better than the original promo I made for that thing, but that's not saying much, because that promo was really, really crappy. So yeah, the remake is definitely a lot better, and I might even link in the description, because I think it does hold up. It's not going to be the best promo you've ever seen, but it holds up. I'll probably link it. But either way, I started the Crash 2 Let's Play shortly after that. Not much to say. I mean, I had commentary throughout the whole thing, so that was a first for me. Not including the Super Mario Bros. Let's Play from a long time ago. But that was just a mistake, because the original Mario games I'm awful at. I can play Super Mario World and I can play the newer 2D games, but like SMB 2 and 3, like no, I can't play them. I'm just awful. But either way, I had commentary throughout the whole Crash 2 Let's Play, and that was a thing that, and honestly, I raged quite a bit, but I did enjoy the Crash 2 Let's Play. At the time, I also played all of The Last of Us and uploaded that as a no commentary backlog LP, doing the same thing for Left Behind as well. I actually started a Jack and Daxter and the Precursor Legacy LP, so and I loved that I did that. I started a Let's Play for The Evil Within, canceled it after 4 videos, but the problem with that game is just, okay, right away I was shooting myself in the foot by starting the Let's Play, because survival horror games, they're already not my genre, and I mentioned that in the very first episode. I just don't like that genre. Stuff like Evil Within, Resident Evil has never appealed to me, and I don't know why I started that stupid Let's Play, and I definitely will not ever, I'm never going back to it. I just don't like the game. I don't think Evil Within is good. I mean, maybe potentially, because I might start, or I might go through and play Evil Within 2, just because I know it is different than the first game. But the first game, I think it's not for me. I think it's garbage, personally. But after that, I made the Let's Talk About The Last of Us video, and that was just me going over my thoughts, not of the game, but just grounded mode. And actually, I'm not necessarily, I mean, it's not a bad video. I can definitely see, people could get enjoyment out of it, but I don't think I was as concise as I wanted to be in that video. But, either way. I actually did something that I always wanted to do as the next bullet point here. Oh, right. I know exactly what I'm talking about in this bullet point. I actually uploaded a whole universe pay-per-view as one large video, because that's something I always wanted to do, because I don't like the whole uploading in multiple parts. It makes it easier to upload, but it's a pay-per-view. You watch pay-per-views all in one go, so why would you upload in multiple parts? So I re-uploaded the 2K17 SummerSlam pay-per-view all in one part, and the funny thing about this, I'm looking at it now, it was 2 hours and 15 minutes exactly, or on YouTube, because they typically add or take away a second. Technically it was like 2 hours 14 minutes and 59 seconds, but just showing up on YouTube it says 2 hours 15 minutes, and that's pretty cool. But I uploaded that as one large video, and that was something I always wanted to do. Then of course I finished The Last of Us no commentary backlog and started Left Behind. I ended up playing the Life is Strange 2 demo, The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, and I actually really enjoyed the Captain Spirit. it was a really nice small thing that Don't Nod didn't have to give us, and they did. So I really enjoyed it. Plus, again, superheroes are awesome. But after that, you know, we finished that quickly, and the cool thing about that was that was the first time that I actually did a Let's Play of something pretty much as soon as the game came out, because I started that Let's Play the day after the demo came out. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Of course, we finished uploading the Left Behind backlog. I've also got that we finished Crash 2. And then the huge announcement, we finally got to it. I made the announcement that I was rebranding the channel back on July 9th. God. July 9th. I can't believe it was already there. Like, it was that long ago already. But we did that. You know, of course I can link that video as well. If some of you maybe are newer viewers around here that don't know kind of like the history of the channel or anything, I can throw that update video in there, and you can kind of get a little bit of backstory there. But I rebranded the channel to what is now TheGeekyComrade, and I don't regret it. I absolutely love that I did that, despite the fact that the way the content is on the channel right now is as if I didn't even change. Because I've done one Let's Play since I rebranded the channel, and that was the Let's Play I said I'd start with, being Uncharted The Lost Legacy, in which I said that was going to be a crushing stealth Let's Play, and I ended up swapping it to moderate. Which, I mean, I did go through and beat the game on crushing after I finished the Let's Play, mainly just because I won the Platinum Trophy. I won't lie, I won the Platinum Trophy, so I went and beat it on crushing. But we rebranded the channel. Then after that, I finished the Jak and Daxter Let's Play. I then officially rebranded the channel because I didn't upload anything after I uploaded the Golemaya boss battle in J&D. And then I just waited for August 6th to officially be the 4th year that I was uploading videos, and I rebranded the channel right at that moment, and I started the Uncharted Lost Legacy Let's Play. Other than that, you know, there's not much to say. We went through, I did do a movie review, something I'd never done before, so that was kind of going into what I said in the rebranding video. I did a review of the Tomb Raider movie that came out earlier this year. So that was pretty cool in my opinion. The thing about that is, some of my points in there, I stand by them, but they're not entirely accurate, because the time that I wrote the script, I didn't know that the movie was actually taking elements from both the 2013 reboot and Rise of the Tomb Raider. So, I didn't know that, so some of the points, they're not entirely accurate, but I do stand by everything I said in the video still. But after that, I did another thing I'd never done before. I went through, looked at all of the WWE games trophy lists from 2K15 on the PS4 to 2K18, and I reviewed all of them, gave my thoughts on all the trophy lists, and then after that, I made a actually just short of a month between the two. Actually, I made my dream WWE games trophy list, and the funny thing is, the trophy isn't that far off from what we actually got in 2K19. I mean, there's some key differences, but it's really not that far off. But either way, I also did a special review of a WWE pay-per-view, another thing I'd never done before. I just gave my thoughts on that year's WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, or this year, I just said that year, what? But I reviewed Hell in a Cell, and that's just because it was the best Hell in a Cell pay-per-view that we'd ever gotten from WWE, and I actually heard recently that they're not doing Hell in a Cell next year, and I'm both happy and sad at the same time, because I don't like stipulation-based pay-per-views, except for Elimination Chamber. That's still one of the best pay-per-views and one of the best match types ever. But Hell in a Cell is funny. You're coming off of the best, okay. You have Hell in a Cell, and that was literally the best Hell in a Cell pay-per-view that we've ever gotten, and next year you're not going to do that pay-per-view again? Really? Well, no, I was going to say, I assume that they're just going to replace it with Evolution again, but Evolution and Hell in a Cell were in different months this year, because Hell in a Cell wasn't in October, it was in September. So, I don't know. That was a really solid show, and I'm glad that I gave my thoughts on it. Then I made a special video where I was talking about bringing back Universe Mode, and then shortly after, it was clear that Tyson and I were doing a brand new co-op Universe Mode, which, that's been pretty much the only thing on the channel. But either way, we did that. Of course, before then, I finished the Lost Legacy Let's Play, and if we click on the next page in the video manager, after we finished Lost Legacy, what did I do? Oh, I finished Lost Legacy on October 1st, and then Tyson and myself went straight into doing the 2K19 First Impressions, which I wanted to do more First Impressions, but just Tyson was not keen on the idea, because we played a one-on-one match, then we did the new Steel Cage and Hell in a Cell, and then we just did a 5-man match. So all new things to the game, but I wanted to do some of the other new stuff, and like I said, just Tyson wasn't keen on the idea, so we didn't do anything else. But either way, we got the First Impressions because I did pre-order the Deluxe Edition. That way I can get it the 4 days early and bring content to the channel earlier. Then after that, the next bullet point I have here is really getting Tyson involved with the channel. I do like what I did there, just because I think it's necessary to have multiple personalities on a YouTube channel. Having multiple personalities, getting multiple points of view, perspectives. I definitely think that's a key element of having a successful YouTube channel, because who only wants to hear one person's opinion? But either way, so that was the next bullet point, and then we had having an amazing time with we're having an amazing time with Universe this time around. Really having fun playing the game, recording, and it's funny. If we look at what I said in the build-up to the first episodes, and even in the first SmackDown episode, I said that Tyson's SmackDown show would be like a casual, laid-back show, much more akin to, I guess in a way, like a GM mode. That's the way I always say it. But it'd be much more laid-back and casual, and it wouldn't be about, fully like progressing stories and crafting a narrative through the gameplay. Kind of like what I do on Raw and now BCW as well. But the funny thing there is, his shows pretty much become like the Raw and BCW shows, just we're still playing his matches. We're still like commentating, playing his matches all live. We're not like, we're not playing the matches and then going through, like I do the editing and then we watch the footage back and record commentary in post. We're not doing that, but still. Either way, I made the What Should Have Happened video, and that was a video that I mentioned in the rebranding video, the channel update video, because that's something I wanted to do. That series was heavily influenced by Math 97. I always talk about him, and I always leave links in the description to his channels, just because so far, ever since I found him, and I want to say late 2016 I found his channel. I'm so glad that I did. But either way, or no, was it late 2016? No, it couldn't have been. I mean, it was late 2016, but it wasn't late. Because I found his channel by the time he uploaded his Fastlane pay-per-view. And then I stuck around until he started 2K17. So it's probably around August that I found his channel of that year. And I'm glad that I did, because he's been a huge influence on the way that I make content now. But other than that, we made this what should have happened video. I went through the whole first month of the original universe, said what did happen, and then gave ideas about what we could have done, or really what we should have done, in my opinion. And then, of course, a huge thing I actually love that I managed to talk Tyson into, we brought back Tournament Tuesday, something that I tried to do a long time ago. In fact, heading into 2019, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 3 years since, the last Tournament Tuesdays video. But yeah, that's something I really wanted to do, and it just never panned out. But of course, I talked Tyson into it for real this time, with him already being more involved on the channel. We set up like 4 different tournaments, and the first one we brought to you, of course, was the most fun tag team tournament, in which one thing I'm not proud of, I did have to go through and censor both the first 2 episodes, and I'm just gonna lay some ground rules down here. We definitely have to keep, I'm gonna say right now, we're gonna have to keep that thing family friendly. Because I don't mind cussing in videos, I don't mind that at all, but what it escalated to especially part 2, no, we can't do that again. Because honestly, I felt like if I left it there, if I just did nothing, which, I mean, I did upload just, not the raw footage or anything, it was edited together, but I didn't censor anything, so all the cussing was still in there, and I felt like if I didn't upload a censored version of that video, I was just excluding people from watching it, because I know there are people who are young, or people who just aren't comfortable with, cussing, swearing, however you want to say it, and I don't like excluding people. I don't want to leave people out of anything, because why would I not want everyone to be able to sit down and just enjoy my content? That doesn't make sense to me. And plus, I honestly would have felt bad if I didn't upload a censored version of that video. That's why I put in there, in part 2, the huge the huge major language disclaimer. Let that up there for a good 20 seconds so people could read it. So I hope that people did get some enjoyment out of that, and I'm definitely going to make sure that that's not something that we're going to do often, if ever anymore. But of course, after that, we also made just a random Royal Rumble video, and if we were going to do anything cussing wise, I would want it to be a little more like that random Royal Rumble video, because while I didn't cuss it, or no, I did not cuss at all in that video, but Tyson did. But it's one of those things where it wasn't all that often, and besides a couple of times where he did drop some F-bombs, it wasn't, they were spaced apart enough where I could just cut them all out in editing. Plus with the Royal Rumble, the way I ended up editing that together anyway, I made it a lot more faster. I tried to shorten it down from being a 30-minute video, and I got down to 26. And I made it a little bit more faster pace. I didn't leave in a bunch of just, not dead air, but just boring parts. I tried to make it as entertaining as possible. But, if there was good conversations, I left those in there. But cussing, I just made sure to do some small do some cheeky edits, fade some clips together, make it a little bit faster pace, and that worked out. But the only other thing that, announcement-wise, I guess, to say, in that Royal Rumble video, we talked about a brand new series that we're planning on doing, and that's a 3 Days Grace retrospective. Tyson and I are going to sit down, we're going to listen to all the 3 Days Grace albums, and we're just going to go review all the albums, give our thoughts. We're going to come up with different top 6 lists on, one for each album, and then I think we're probably going to come up with, or we're going to order all the albums as well. But that's something, it's his favorite band, one of my favorite bands. We both love 3 Days Grace, and I think for any other rock fans, it'd be cool to get, a huge conversation going about that, and just seeing what other people think of the albums. But either way, we're gonna look forward to doing that. We hope you look forward to getting the videos in the future. But anyway, that is everything that happened to the Geeky Comrade channel in 2018, starting with Merkerson 13 channel name, and going through all the motions, rebranding, and then finally getting something that I don't know, I'm kind of proud of now. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, share it up on social media, do all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.